Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be having a look at the brand new DARKOATH army set for Age of Sigmar, and I think they've snuck in a Sisu. Let's get right into it and we'll check out the video for the first reveal of this brand new army set. And I've got to say, Warhammer's back on track. It seems to have been quite quiet for the past few weeks. Not too much that's that exciting to cover. But on Saturday we saw those awesome gnomes for Blood Bowl, and now this great looking army set. I think this has got loads of potential, and this could be a really nice option for Warcry. There's lots of variations, it seems, from the pictures that we'll have a look at in detail as we work through. But for Age of Sigmar, this would be a really fun Slaves to Darkness project, and it looks like you can run this on its own or combine it with many of the other miniatures, and there's tons out there for Slaves to Darkness, which you can draw from your Warcry collection too. Here we are then, here's the box art, Slaves to Darkness DARKOATH army set, and here's all the miniatures that are going to be included, and there's some new ones in here which look fantastic. And it would be great to accompany these with those brands Oathbound that we saw on Saturday as well. These looked okay, wasn't that excited. I thought their attempt at the Wendigo was pretty good, but my favourite is this one from Moonstone. I think they did a fantastic job with that sculpt, as with all their sculpts. Awesome game. If you've been following along with the series that's on Warhammer Plus, then it'd be really fun to include these special characters in your army. Let's get back to this army set then. So here you can see there's 27 miniatures altogether included in here. You're going to get 6 mounts. You've got a monster in there too, and then lots on foot. I'm really liking the box art. It's certainly got a Warcry kind of vibe to it from the original Warcry sets in the 8 points. I don't know what's wrong with this chap's face. It reminds me of something. I can't think what it is. He's got a jaw like that dude from Tango and Cash. Do you remember that movie with the guy with the massive jaw? But yeah, it reminds me a bit of that. But otherwise, really nice cover art. And here's one of the main characters. This is your DARKOATH chieftain on a war steed. And some of the horses they put out are brilliant at the moment, Warhammer. After we saw that Harbinger, that was just awesome. Some haven't been that great with Cities of Sigmar, but I think they're pulling it back now. This just looks fantastic. I love the look of this horse and the way they've done the bone armour on there as well. I think you can definitely imagine this coming out when they did the first Warcry sets. This would have fit in so well with one of the 8 points war bands. Then there's this brilliant character, the Wilder Fiend. But before we look at that in more detail, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, which is me. If you haven't checked it out yet, I'll put some links at the end of this video to our new game, Population Z, Welcome to Huntsville. This is a solo co-op zombie survival game, great fun. It's for all ages, but perfect to play with the family. There's also an assets book for the campaign as well, and you can find out more in the videos that I link to at the end of this one. Okay, let's get back to this fiend, the Wilder Fiend. A fantastic chaos monster to add to the armies. Slaves to Darkness have just got some fantastic models. And when Warcry first came out, I know I keep going on about it, it was such an awesome time. We got some brilliant monsters, and yeah, the models all around were great. And it's so nice to see them going back to that a little bit. And the aesthetic is really going to fit in with those older models, I think. Nice to see that there's lots of choices here. You're going to get all sorts of trophies, heads and things you can hang off it. There's tusks and horns all over the place. A couple of head options too. I think I quite like this head option, the one in the left-hand side, better than the one in the main picture. It looks a little bit more menacing, I think. Really cool. But all round, a really nice model. And on that big rock as well, you're going to get a bit of extra height as if he's about to leap off it. So brilliantly done. Let's have a look at the DARKOATH Marauder as next, and we've got a lot of these in the DARKOATH Savages set for Warcry, and these are really going to complement those. And now it looks like all the generations are getting involved. The grandparents here are ready to get stuck into battle. And this guy in particular, the one at the top left there, definitely reminds me of a Sisu type character. And since I watched that film a while back, I'd love to make a game just around that. It would be an awesome game, I think. A brilliant film. And if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. But that kind of vibe of that movie, put that onto the tabletop into a game, I think would be awesome. But you've got all sorts going on with these. They've got shields, you've got the drummers as well, you've got the different spears and all sorts of weapons. So you're going to get lots of options for different ranges and things like that. So I guess there's going to be a lot of choice here as to how you kit them out. There says there's over a dozen shields, 30 different heads, and you're going to get 5 male bodies and 5 female bodies. There's champion, musician, icon bearer, all sorts going on. And I wonder whether that's all those 30 heads and a dozen shields per 10 miniatures. Not quite sure. Have to wait till we see the sprues to confirm it. But still, you're going to get a lot of different heads to put together, even doing 20 different characters from those 30 heads. That's going to be fine. Next up are the DARKOATH Fell Riders, and we're continuing this theme with the horse masks, which is nice. And nice to have a little bit different option to get some of the mounts in there and some of the riders, a little bit different to some of the others we've seen in the past, and a nice update to some of the older models as well for Slaves to Darkness, so that's cool. And again, you're going to get a choice of different face masks, shields, a variety of heads, lots of different weapons, javelins, blades for the whole unit, and then you're going to get parts to build a champion, a musician and an icon bearer too. That's covered all the miniatures. There's also going to be a Battletome supplement included. This is a 28-page supplement to the Battletome Slaves to Darkness, and it says it expands upon the existing DARKOATH option and includes 4 new war scrolls from the army box, the lore of the DARKOATH, and plenty of brilliant art and photography. So there we go. You can include these in your existing Slaves to Darkness army now. There's no pictures, but you're also going to get 4 War Scroll cards and a set of tokens in here as well. And it says all 3 of these items are only available in that set. So if you wanted them after this set, you're not going to be able to get them. But the Battletome supplement is going to be available as a free PDF download shortly after launch. So if you don't get this starter set or the army set and you wait to get these units separately, at least you'll be able to get the free PDF with the rules. So that's good. At the end of the article on the Warhammer community site, they recommend who you can combine this army with. So DARKOATH Savages from Warcry, the Gnarl Spirit Pack from Underworlds, the separate DARKOATH Chieftain, and the DARKOATH War Queen as well. And you can put all those together, and it even says you could put a Torgar Split Eye into the mix as a unique chieftain if you wanted to. So I think, yeah, you could certainly start crafting an army around this, and with that monster included in there, the Wilder Fiend, you could certainly build an army around these, and maybe even have a few of these. It says that the tribe is watched over by the Wilder Fiend, so you know, they're not just limited to one, so it could be an option to get a bunch of those going into battle. There you go then, there's the new army set for the DARKOATH for Slaves to Darkness, and if you haven't checked out the other reveals from the weekend, definitely have a look. This was my favourite by far, these new gnomes for Blood Bowl, an awesome set. And if you'd like to find out more about my own game, Population Z, welcome to Huntsville. I've done videos for the main book, for the asset book as well. I've done a complete how to play series, taking you through parts 1 to 11, going through everything you need to know to play your first game. And now there's a tutorial demo game on the channel as well, so you can see it in action. It'd be great if you check it out. I'll link to them at the end of this, and there's links down below. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'd love to know what you think about this new set. I'm certainly excited by this. It's about time we got something that harked back to the real Warcry sets of old when they first came out. They were just fantastic, but I'm looking forward to hearing what you think. Let me know down below. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, it'd be great if you hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this one, and I look forward to seeing you next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. A massive thank you to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep going with these daily videos. If you'd like to check out my Patreon, there's a link down below where you can find out more. All the different membership tiers have been updated now, and there's loads of cool stuff coming, so it'd be awesome if you check it out.